Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is a live stream. It's called All in the Charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment, and check this out. Click the bell icon. Welcome in.
Ooh, nice and loud for all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday.
It's called All in the Charts. If you appreciate the content,
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're aware if you were here on yesterday's live stream, but I was saying
click the bell icon.
I was afraid I was hitting
Welcome
the
in.
button
Ooh,
too
nice
hard.
and loud
For all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday.
It's
That is
called
nice and
All in the
loud.
Charts. If you appreciate the content,
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're aware if you were
How's
here on
everybody doing
yesterday's
today?
live
Everybody
stream,
having
but I
a
was
good
saying
day? Click the
I
bell
was
icon.
afraid I
Drop
was
your comments.
hitting
Welcome
the
in.
button
Days
too
going.
hard.
It's very important that I check it.
This is
a live stream. It's
mental
all
and
in the
physical
charts.
recipe.
If you appreciate the content,
Yeah, I'm not sure if
you're
you're
aware
aware
of
if
the
you were
good
here
day.
on yesterday's live stream.
Click the bell icon.
Afraid I
Drop
was
your
hitting
comments.
the
Welcome
button
in. Days
too
going.
hard.
Very important that I check it.
This is a live stream.
Called a
Mental
mental
and
performance
physical
recipe.
recipe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're aware of the
How's
good
everybody
day.
doing today?
You have my
Click the bell icon.
afraid
Drop
of
your comments. Welcome in. Days going. Very important that I check it.
a live stream. Called a mental and physical recipe. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're aware of the good
How's
day.
everybody doing today?
You have
Hold on, let me check my settings here. I got it. Everybody. We're going to do this thing called a redo. Welcome in, everybody. My name is CBG. I'm a technical analyst in the crypto community, and this is my live stream. It's called All in the Charts. Click the motherfucking thumbs up button, drop me a comment, and click that bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday. As you can hear, my bell clicker is tremendous. I changed batteries. Thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. Before I get into what I was originally trying to communicate to you, I did want to share it with everyone today. I do not know if you're aware of this. This is a historical day in American history. This is a historical day in American history. Does anybody know what October 10th signifies? It is my mother's birthday. And without my mother, there would be no CBG, right? It's all about CBG, right? No, it is my mom's birthday. So happy birthday to my mom. I sent her a reminder. I sent her something today, a gift. And in that gift, there was a card, and the card reminded her that she is X years younger. She's not that old. She's X years young. That's what I said, X years young. So it is my mom's birthday today. So it's a very, very, very important day in American history. No, what I was sharing with everyone today was I had my quarterly performance enablement discussion. It's not called a performance evaluation. And in this enablement discussion, what I'm supposed to do is self-assess. There's a lot of live spaces going on right now that I could join. I was looking to join this one earlier. I might join that one after the live stream. But anyway, you're supposed to self-assess your performance during the quarter. So, of course, I gave myself a 10 out of 10 and said that I was pretty much ready to lead the organization into greatness. So, great discussion today on the performance enablement. Pretty much spoke the truth there. So let's see. Who do we have in the live stream today? DJ, of course. Glad to see you're here as always. Oof. Let's fucking go. Sorry about the echo problem. Quadruple voice. There's 4 of me. Josh, welcome in. Let's fucking go. Everything's about the mic. All right. The Gerent Group LLC. Let's talk about Digibyte, and the XEP Electra protocol. Well, I just put out a video on Digibyte, so feel free to check that out. I'm unfamiliar with XEP. But if you'd like me to chart it later during the TA questions, feel free, and we can take a look at it. Thank you, Oof. Your mom's birthday is Thursday, so she's also a Libra. You know, women are all into this astrological stuff today. Although I was announcing my mom's birthday to pretty much everybody at the gym that I spoke to today, and there were a handful of women I was speaking to. There's always these group of these 3 girls that always come in, and I always chit-chat with them a little bit. And they're not into astrological signs, apparently. I was trying to have a conversation about astrological signs. They're the only 3 women I've ever met that weren't familiar with astrological signs. But typically women, they're into that stuff, like they know Libras are this way, Capricorns are this way. I'm a Capricorn. I'm sensitive and intelligent. That is spot on for me, let me tell you. I'm a sensitive individual. I'm a sensitive soul, and I work hard. All right, guys, let's get into price today. I want to leave plenty of time for Q&A. For example, if you have a question on XEP, we can take a look at that, but I want to leave plenty of time for that. Bitcoin isn't doing too much right now. It's just chopping around under the 200-day. I really don't have a material update for you. It looks like this is the daily. Yeah, the daily. If we flip real quick, I don't have the 12-hour typical chart that I have open right now. Yeah, just bouncing in between the 50 and 200. So, I mean, there's really not much to report. I think the more telling thing that I did want to tell here, real quick, Dennis, question on Caspa. There is a video that I literally just got done recording right before the live stream that I have to edit and get out there. So look for that tomorrow. I'm going to have an honest, as always, conversation about current price action on Caspa. So make sure to check that out tomorrow. But it's like a good 10-minute video talking about, are we witnessing a crash in price? Yes or no to that question, and what are some levels of support? So make sure to check that out then. So I have that out for the community tomorrow. Now, what I wanted to show you on the S&P, and whether we look at the S&P or whether we look at the... Guys, why are we looking at traditional markets? This is a Crypto TA channel, right? Very, very important if you're new to the channel. If you're not new, then this is, you're hearing the same things over and over again. Gets embedded in the head. We need traditional markets to do well, because if traditional markets are doing well, it's a risk-on environment. Crypto is about one of the riskiest things you can invest in. So individuals are not going to start to pile into crypto unless if they feel like it's a safe environment for them to take risk. We need the stock market to do well, okay? You will, in my opinion, start to see as the stock market is breaking all-time highs. Sorry, it's up here. As we're breaking all-time highs up here, you will see it will increasingly become a risk-on environment. Conservative plays like your defensive stocks that saw a shot up in value the other day because of a lot of the world events going on, they're not going to do as well. It's going to be those riskier plays, and crypto is like at the top of the leaderboard there. They're going to be outperforming, especially as the stock market is hitting new all-time highs. Now, what are we witnessing this week? You can see we're seeing, today's Tuesday. I'm losing track of days here. You can see we're seeing 3 successive green candlesticks here. At some point, we're going to see a red candlestick this week. But what did I say last week? I said that it wasn't a question to me if we were going to see a bounce over the next couple weeks here. The real question was whether or not we're going to take out descending resistance, and then if we're going to start to take out the lower highs. Even if we take out descending resistance, we could come all the way up here and roll over. I need to see the lower high taken out. I think it's going to happen. I do believe it's going to happen. But it's not surprising to see the bounce that we're seeing in traditional markets. Also, if we're looking at the DXY, it's not a surprise that we're seeing some follow-through on the Gravestone Doji that we spent time talking about. Again, that candlestick from last week is a clear sign of a trend reversal to the downside. So we should anticipate, not that price is necessarily going to just bleed right down, some sort of downward momentum, some bounces, but ultimately lower highs and lower lows. We want to see those lower highs and lower lows come into the DXY, okay? So nothing real surprising going on in traditional markets. And I hit on that in the Caspa video. Let's take a look at anything else that's moving that I want to point your attention to. Flare, you are outstanding. You continue to just amaze. I wonder if we're going to be at half a cent soon. Guys, start dropping your TA questions in the comments here. Is there anything you want me to chart that you have a question on? I mean, this is your opportunity. There hasn't been a lot of exciting things going on this week. I think at some point soon there will be some exciting things we can talk about. But really day over day, like if we took a look at where we are today relative to yesterday, not much has changed. So there isn't a ton for me to cover in today's live stream in terms of material updates. So are there any charts that you would like me to take a look at? That's an old chart. Got some ETFs. Got some crypto AI plays. Yeah, guys, what questions do you have for me? This live stream can be as long or short as you deem it to be based on your questions. Oof, you have a question coming in? Hey, Oof, by the way, what's the screen name mean? What does the username mean? Oof. What does oof mean? All right, good. We have some questions coming in. Good. Let's pull up a blank chart and let's take a look at BTBT. What is BTBT? Not familiar. Is this like anything to do with crypto whatsoever or no? BTBT. Bit Digital. Okay. Yes, Garen, I promised to take a look at Electra Protocol XEP. We'll take a look at that next, my friend. This is a weekly on BTBT. Not familiar with this ticker symbol. Okay, it has something to do. Oh, apologies. It has something to do. By the way, I got tremendous sleep last night. I'm feeling outstanding despite me yawning. I didn't get a lot of sleep on Sunday night, but last night I fell asleep early. I'm feeling great today. Got about somewhere between 8 to 9 hours of sleep last night. I mean, I really feel good. Probably about eight. I'm going to guesstimate the actuary. I mean, 8 hours and 15 minutes of sleep, so I feel good. Has something to do with crypto, but let's take a look at what's going on with the chart. This is our all-time low back in 2020. That was the beer virus crash right there. I'm just going to draw an ascending line. So we got this huge ascending line of support. Of course, we came all the way down here and bottomed in December of 2022. Let's draw a line. Let's draw some areas of support, right? Where do we want to see price ultimately hold? Well, our all-time, not our all-time low, but our last low prior to the beer virus was at 53 cents, right? So green is for support. Red is for resistance. So we have an area of support, obviously, at 53 cents. We don't want to see that break. Now, again, this is a higher time frame, which I prefer. You can see it's sort of gravitating towards a region right in here. Personally, I would draw the support right there. So we've almost touched another area. It looks like it's at $1.92. Okay, there's a psychological level at around $2. For everyone new to the live stream, if I draw an area of support at $1.92, always recognize there's those psychological levels that exist around those price levels. There's psychological levels at a penny, $1, $2, $10, $100. I think you get the point. Because market psychology is baked into the chart. The premise, read the description of this live stream. I think some people don't get the premise of the live stream. Read the premise of the live stream. It's all in the charts because I believe everything is in the charts. So we have this $1.92 that we're currently holding. If we lose $1.92, oof, I would draw an area around $1.65. Again, you could get somebody up here who disagrees and says $1.63. I'm not here to get too cute with prices. There's regions of resistance and support, things called price confluence. So just keep that in mind, especially with a volatile asset. I'm going to guess that this is a smaller market cap. So especially with the smaller market cap, when there's a storm in the ocean, it tends to move a lot more violently to the up and down side. Okay, I like this area of price confluence here at $1.25. So these are the major areas, oof, that I'd like to see this hold. I'd like to continue to see the higher lows coming in, right? We're all the way up here. We could come all the way down to $1.25. I could care less because we're still building the higher lows. So that's ultimately sort of my line in the sand around $1.25. If we lose $1.25, start to look for that psychological level around $1. Okay, so those are my areas of support. What about resistance? Again, this is on the weekly as a reminder. What about resistance? Resistance. Well, clearly there's an area up here, right? Let's see where we want to draw this. Red is for resistance. Now, see, I like that touch right there because there's multiple touches. Anytime when you're charting, guys, you're drawing an area of price confluence. You're drawing an area of price confluence which exhibits more strength when you have more touches on the line, right? Meaning, if I drew this line differently and it had 3 touches, it's a lot different than having like 10 touches. 10 touches is more statistically significant. I'll get real fancy, okay, and make myself sound smarter than I actually am. Okay, so we have an area around $4.60. Definitely love that area right there at 340, 347. It's around 350 because you got a touch here. You got a bunch of touches here. You have a touch here. Yeah, I like this 347, 350 area. So I'm going to keep it real stupid simple for you. 347, we're going to call it 350 all the way up towards 460. Those are going to be your major areas of resistance. As we start to clear 460, the natural question is, okay, where are we going to face resistance next? This is an obvious area right there around 650. Okay, and then I would follow it up and say around this area here at $9. Okay, these are your major areas of resistance. If we take a look at the areas of price confluence, MACD's crossed down. It looks like it might want to start to flatten out. Got that weather forecast going on. Might start to flatten out. RSI is relatively flat, oversold at 43.5. Stochastic RSI is telling us there's no momentum in this thing at the moment. We're under 20. We have a positive cross. It's at 5.3 above 4, but we're under that 20 trigger line on the stochastic RSI. We got to push above the 20 trigger line. So ideally what you want to see some life start to come into this thing after a healthy pullback here. You want to see some life come in here and start to form the higher highs and higher lows, because not only would that be bullish for price structure on the chart, it would also help to turn around a lot of these price indicators. That's what I would watch for, Oof. I hope you found that helpful. All right, we got XEP, right? Let me see what else we got here. All right, guys, let's make sure we're not shilling communities. I had people in here in another project trying to shill something. Let's not do that on this channel, but I'm happy to. If I get that sense, well, I'll leave it at this. Don't make me get that sense. This is Electra Protocol. This is XEP. Beyond a potential falling wedge, I do not like this chart. I do not. All it's doing is bleeding. Again, not as bad as the flare chart. Flare is about one of the worst charts I've evaluated on this channel. But certainly not a strong looking chart. This is not sexy one bit. This is, well, I was going to make a comparison to something, but I'll leave that alone. This just isn't good looking. This is on a weekly. Now, the only thing I will say about this chart that is bullish, in my opinion, without looking at the price indicators, we have a little bit of bullish divergence coming in here, okay? This is on the weekly. Let's look at the 3-day. It'll probably be more evident. Okay? As price has continued down, the RSI has been steadily increasing, okay? We're also in a falling wedge. So this is something I look at without knowing what the project is. This is something that certainly from an investment perspective, it wouldn't get me comfortable to get into the chart, even if I thought that the fundamentals looked good, because the chart doesn't look sexy to me. I might take this as a swing trade position, though, based on the falling wedge, a little bit of bullish divergence. Sure. If that's the case, I'd wait to get closer to this bottom trend line at point. There's 3 zeros here, so the 0.16 area, 0.17 area. We're currently at 0.2, right? So I'd still wait for like a 15% pullback in this thing. But, and even if we turn on the Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, yeah, you can even get a better Look at this in the Heikin-Ashi. You can see a clear falling wedge here, guys. Sometimes I like evaluating charts on the Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, which is based on trend momentum. You can see the wide top here. See how it's wide and then it starts to narrow. This is a falling wedge. Now, how do you properly measure the trade on this for a potential falling wedge? There's a couple ways you could take a trade on this, okay? Typically, I won't say that. Kind of two ways you can do this. One, you could try to enter at the bottom of the falling wedge. The other is you could wait for a breakout confirmation. A breakout confirmation, you could enter a trade as we start to break above descending resistance and set your stop loss a little bit below descending resistance. So execute a buy limit order as we start to break above descending resistance in the falling wedge, and then set your stop loss limit a little bit below based on your risk tolerance level and your trade setup on where you're going to take profits. You would set the stop loss limit, underneath back in the formation here. But in any event, how you properly measure the falling wedge, at the very start of the formation, we measure from top to bottom, okay? And then it's at the point of breakout, right? So if we broke out here, we would measure like this. If we broke out all the way in December, we'd measure like that, right? So depending where your breakout is, you could be talking about going up to 0.00136 as a target, or if it breaks out earlier, we could go up to 0.00167. So that's how you would measure that. But really, besides that, I don't really see a lot going on in this chart, to be honest, besides the falling wedge play on a trade. You're welcome, Jaron. XCP, hot garbage. What's the market cap ranking on it? Yeah, we don't screw around on this channel. I just give it to you guys straight. I have no reason to be... There's no way. This thing is market cap rankings... Well, I entered the wrong, clearly, EOS. 1,300. Okay, so this is a very high volatility play. All right. Makes sense why I've never heard of it. What other TA questions do you guys have for me? DJ, are you commenting or you want me to chart it? TA questions. Keep them coming in, guys. Unless you love the sound of my voice, which, I mean, I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. I'm here to chart what you have questions on. So if you guys don't have any questions, this is going to be a very short live stream for today. One quick thing as I'm waiting, because there's a lag in the comments, one quick thing I wanted to update you guys on. I created an XLM. Nothing to revisit on Digibyte, my friend. I have a whole video out, so you can take a look at it. XLM, on my last video, I had commented about the 10 to 11 cent region. Of course, I stacked more yesterday when we were in the 10 cent region. You can see we are... pulling back today as well. Yeah, 1 point. We're right in that 10 to 11 cent region. Really, what I was targeting was this area right here between 11.6 cents and 9.5 cents. This whole region here, right? And we're right in that area. I bought more. So it's on my ledger, nice and safe, cold storage. But what I was pointing to here, interesting enough, I'm not saying it needs to play out, but see if it plays out similarly. I'm asking the question, or at least throwing it out there for debate, whether or not the current price action we're seeing today will mirror back here. That we basically, what I'm trying to say is on a 2-week chart, we fell below, this is the 20 simple moving average, we fell below the 20 simple moving average. When we initially made an explosive move up, we came down to consolidate and retest the area as support at the 20 simple moving average once we broke back above it, and then eventually broke out. Well, here you can see we were below it. We broke out above it, and now we're retesting as support. And will we eventually, in the next handful of candlesticks, which could be several months, by the way, because this is a 2-week chart, could we see an explosive move up? We'll have to see. DJ has a question on Total 3. Absolutely. Saucerification, you had a question on Filecoin. That's interesting. DJ, if you don't mind, let me get the Filecoin because it sounds like that was a question left over from yesterday. So let me get to that, and then I promise I'll get to total 3. So I was actually just charting Filecoin. It's interesting you say that, because I remember you bringing it up. I think it was you. And I had commented that I don't know why Arthur Hayes is promoting Filecoin, or at least talks well about it. I saw him on a recent interview where he said, he said just continue stacking Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Filecoin. I think that's what he said. I don't know other than he holds a large bag, but this thing, I will say from a chart perspective, we've had a hell of a correction, 228 all the way down to, well, no, I guess, it's with the rest of the market. This is a 90% plus correction, so I'll take that comment back. Regardless, we're just consolidating sort of in a pennant formation here. I'm looking at this, it looks like on the Heikin-Ashi formation here. You can see we're just sort of coiling up here. We have the higher lows coming in and the lower highs. Let me take it off the Heikin-Ashi, put it on the candlesticks. Okay, so you can see we still have we do have higher lows coming in, which is good. But this chart has to prove something to me. Just like most of the other charts, they have so much to prove to us. We can have bullish conviction, but until we start to take out this lower high, and this lower high, with each successive lower high that is taken out, we can feel increasingly more bullish. But until that time, you have to hear the annoying crypto bears that say this is nothing but a dead cat bounce. Can't argue the fact that it could be nothing but a dead cat bounce, okay? You could feel convicted that you're going to see a surge in price and see some things in some charts that are telling you that, but until we take out the lower highs, it really is nothing but a dead cat bounce. Prove something to me. If we look at the price indicators, MACD's trying to get above 0. Stochastic RSI looks good. RSI is way oversold at 38. Areas of support. Right there. $2.95. I really like that. Of course, we could wick lower. You can see there's a wick here and a wick here. Ultimately, I like to see these higher lows coming in, but around 295. Let's not get too cute with areas of support. Areas of resistance. I like that area right around there. $4.80. There's another zone like right here. $5.18. $6.90, and then obviously we start coming up to these lower highs here that we have to take out. So this last lower high right here was around $9.50, and this last lower high, you can see we have a lot of work to do, and this lower high was around $11.36. Now, the thing you have to keep in mind with this market, I try to remind everyone from time to time, when this market moves, okay? Take a look at the price action that occurred here. We had a sharp rise in price. We consolidated around 22 bucks. We went from $22 up to 200. We pulled more than a 10x in looks like about 2 months, okay? So when the price wants to move, the price wants to move. There's no reason you can't see. This isn't me telling you what price is going to do. This is just to give you an example. There's no reason that you can't see price in this relative time frame do something like this. There's absolutely no reason, okay? Going from $3 all the way up to 15 bucks in the matter of a couple months here. There's no reason that price can't do that. Not saying it's going to. I'm just trying to illustrate the fact that when this market moves, okay? So that is what I see on Filecoin. Now, track. I got the clicker working, track. I replaced the batteries. It really wasn't that hard of a thing to get it working. Going to take a look at total 3 per DJ's request. DJ, what are you talking about? Crypto storage is interesting. Crypto storage. I'm thinking you're meaning how you custodial your crypto. You must mean something else. Maybe you're talking to Filecoin. Total 3. Total 3. What are we looking at when we take a look at Total 3? Total 3, and this is a 2-week chart. Total 3 is taking a look at the entire crypto market cap, okay? But you're removing the 2 biggest players in the space. So you're removing a lot of what will essentially overshadow how the rest of the market is doing. You're removing Bitcoin and Ethereum. When you remove the market caps of Bitcoin, because they really have a massive play in how the total cryptocurrency market cap looks. If you take the dominance of Ethereum and Bitcoin and add it up, it's over 70%. So, you know, it really overshadows the rest of the market. When you strip those 2 out, you're left with that roughly 30% or whatever it is. That's telling you how your altcoins are performing, right? So right now we have a massive bull pennant / falling wedge here. We've broken out from it. We've back tested it, and we're just consolidating right now. Let's go to a weekly. Nothing really new to report here, DJ. We kind of touched on this recently. There's not a lot to hit on here. Yeah, you can see you got that, but that was from a prior live stream. Let's go back to the 2 weeks. Sorry to jump around. I'm trying to find something to talk about here, but cross up on the stochastic. Oh, excuse me. Now, this 2-week candlestick just printed. So this thing, you see this current candlestick here? This thing is going to comprise this week's price action and next week's price action. We're so early on, we don't know how this candlestick's going to look. But you can see for right now, it's very good to at least see that we've gotten this cross up in stochastic RSI. We still have a fair amount of work to get all the way above 0 here. When you see the MACD on the 2-week, on the total 3, cross above 0, that's going to be very bullish. RSI has a lot of work to do. We're oversold at 42. Nothing new to report here, my friend. We're just chipping and chopping around, waiting for the market to decide what it wants to do. Do we want to roll over and come all the way down here? Do we want to make a move up, consolidate and continue moving up? You know that's the camp I'm in. We'll just have to be patient and see. But this is one of the hardest things, guys. You come out here, you do a live stream every day during a time period like this. Point well taken, DJ. You come on here and you do a live stream like this, and there's not a lot of exciting things going on in the market. Call a spade, right? Not a lot to talk about. That's why I'm trying to take your questions and chart things out. Not a lot going on, guys. Not a lot going on. I will take another question. What other charting questions do you guys have? And if you have something in traditional stock markets, I'm happy to take a look at that as well. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I've been talking a lot today. What's going on in Twitterverse? Not a lot. I haven't really tweeted much today. Wow, it's unlike me. I only have 2 tweets today. I was listening to Master of Puppets, Leper Messiah at the gym today. I had a pretty damn good workout. Oh, that reminds me, I left my lat pull-down bar in the car. I got to get that out. And then this is the video that I will be releasing shortly. This is Caspa. And does anybody know this, by the way? Does anyone know if there is a website that actively tracks which crypto assets are listed on Binance by month? So meaning I could go back to January of 2022, and I could see that in January of 2022, Binance listed HBAR1 and Mana, right, as an example. So I just want something that on a monthly basis tracks which assets they're listing. Anybody familiar with that? Rumble, yeah, we just looked at that recently. I remember that chart did not look very good. So I have, so to clarify, I don't have my own barbell that I bring to the gym. I have a lat pull-down bar, and it's a neutral grip. It's steel. It's steel, iron, whatever the hell it is. But really high grade. Used to use it when I first started working out in my parents' basement. But it's a neutral grip, wide grip to do lat pull down. They don't have it at my gym, so They have a lot of pussy bars in there to put on there, and I like this one because it's heavy duty. It's got some real good grip on there, something to really grate up your hands so no lady will ever want to hold hands with you, or you can't get, I have something to sand down. I got this thing to sand down my calluses so you can smooth out. I haven't done it in a while, actually. I haven't had need to. You can sand down your calluses. But anyway, yeah, I have my own lat pull down bar. It's a hell of a bar. It's my dad's, and I brought it with me when I moved down to Florida back in May of 2012. Yeah, May of 2012. That's when I moved down here. Ooh, Arnold Schwarzenegger followed you. No, he's not following me. Guys, meeting adjourned. I'm gonna call it a day. So I'll be back here tomorrow. Hopefully there's something a little bit more eventful. Not too much to really relay to you guys. Not too much to relay to you guys. Thank you for being as engaging as you are. I know it's not super exciting. Congratulations on the 405 squat. I did as well, steady. If you're following me on the Instagrams, you can see my 405 squat. I just did that recently, actually. No belt, no knee pads, none of that shit. Just a raw back squat. So we're in lockstep there. I typically don't lift too heavy, though. Deadlifts, I've never attempted to max out. I've done 5 or 6 at 405, but I've never attempted to max out on a deadlift. I don't wear a belt, so it kind of also, since I don't wear a belt, that also dictates how heavy I go. All right, guys, meeting adjourned. Thank you for the engagement today. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully a little bit earlier. Had to start later today, hopefully around 5:30. But yeah, everybody take care of yourselves. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Until next time, everybody, let's all spread awareness and let's carry that education forward. Take care.